9:05 is the time. We got a beautiful Friday going on here. I'm telling you, we're looking at 78 degrees today. It's going to be absolutely gorgeous as our day goes on. Sunshine all the way throughout. Perfect day to start Frontier Days. Perfect day to get out and enjoy that fabulous Fort Dodge Ford Toyota J-Mars Cruise Night that's going on. Don't forget, I'm going to be broadcasting there from 4:30 until 6:30. I'd love for you to stop by, say hi. I'm going to have some giveaways while I'm there as well, broadcasting on the air. And, of course, enjoy all those fabulous, fabulous, beautiful rides, those antique cars, those fantastic antique trucks, those bikes, and lots of food out there as well. That doesn't draw you, plus the weather. I don't know what's going to. You get out to Fort Dodge Ford Toyota parking lot tonight, starting at 5 o'clock is when that begins. And it's going to be a great night for that to show off some beautiful cars. Well, a week from tomorrow is going to be another great day for a great event. It is called Fight Like a Girl, and I got a couple of great guests on with me today. Man, I feel like I'm surrounded a little bit. I got Officer Johnson and Officer Anderson on with me this morning. Good morning to the both of you.
Good morning.
How are you doing on this beautiful Friday morning?
Very good.
Good.
Couldn't love the weather more.
Joelyn, you look like maybe you've already made a few arrests or something. You just kind of got this look like, all right, man, I got to do this interview now. So,
I'm busy morning.
Oh, cool stuff. Hey, we got Fight Like a Girl going on a week from tomorrow. Now, this is a kind of a national event, so to speak, or a national organization. But it's something that we've got right here in Fort Dodge. Faifarlick Martial Arts going to be the location for this, and it's going to be a fabulous event. For anybody who doesn't know about this and how they can get registered for this, it's only $10. Tell them all about it, because this is something that I know you guys have been very, very active in. And Joelyn, you messaged me and said, hey, our annual is coming up, and can we get a chance to talk about it? Of course you can. So let's talk about it. Tell me what's happening a week from tomorrow.
Well, just some facts about Fight Like a Girl. It was actually established a couple years ago here at the Fort Dodge Police Department by Officer Carlyle. She was kind of inspired and decided to put together an event to help empower women in our community, to give them the tools capable for having confidence to be able to protect themselves and handle day-to-day situations in which they might feel uncomfortable. So,
you guys might be a little bit close. You guys sitting in the same general area, because I'm getting a little bit of feedback.
Yes, we are.
Are you? That's all right. I mean, if you just got to maybe turn your cameras away from each other, kind of thing. There we go. That might do it. It just happens, when we get a couple things going on within a couple of feet of each other. It's kind of happens. So it's happening starting at what time next Saturday, Joelyn? And when people come out, what time is this whole thing beginning?
Registration will begin at 1 o'clock. You can start checking in, and then there will also be some additional grab bags and some materials that we'll be presenting the registrants with. Questions and answers will also begin when we start having an introduction. That will actually begin approximately at 1:30. I don't even know. It might be my radio creating interference here. Let me try that.
That could have been. That's very possible. Very possible. Officer Anderson found another place to sit, so she's good. Nice and comfortable there. So, how did the both of you, and how did the Fort Dodge Police Department first decide, hey, this is definitely something we want to rally around, something we definitely want to be a part of, and something we definitely want to promote and get other people involved in? Where'd that all begin?
Again, that was probably a couple years ago, and it may have been inspired due to maybe some concerns in the community with some safety on our trails. And again, we wanted the citizens in our community to be able to feel safe. There might be one other factor creating interference here. I wonder if it could be that. So.
You're understandable, Joelyn. It's just got that little echo behind it is all, but you're definitely understandable. Otherwise, I'd say, Joelyn, get off. It's not working. You're doing fine.
Has the problem resolved itself now?
It's better. Whatever you did, nice job. Way to go. Officer Anderson, now you've been with the Fort Dodge Police Department how long?
Going on 5 years.
Going on 5 years. Kudos. Joelyn, you've been on the force for how long now?
About 14.
Good for you. God bless you, man. I see you when I come to the studios at about 4:30 in the morning. Occasionally, I see you sitting in a car and when you see me going by at 50 miles an hour in the 25 zone, you just kind of wave like slow it down, and and I do. No, I never do that. You know that, Joelyn.
Well,
Anyway,
that would necessarily be me either. I'm not usually working that early.
really, I could have swore I've seen. Well, somebody's got blonde hair pulled back then.
I think we all look very similar.
Well, I don't know the other female officers, so it's a good thing I didn't really go by at 50 miles an hour, because I don't think they would have just waved me down like slow down. I think they would have thrown the lights on and come after me. But anyway, I don't do that. Just don't think I do. I don't. Officer Anderson, though, let's talk about how you decided to get involved with this as well. As far as a member of the Fort Dodge Police Department, and of course, as Joelyn was talking about, starting a few years ago, that's when the department decided, hey, this is definitely something we want to be a part of. What was your kind of thinking? What was your inspiration to go, yeah, we definitely need to be in on this. This is a big thing.
Yeah, well, I like to see women empowered, and everything that we can do to create that environment, whether it be through training or resources that we can provide those women. I think that is very important. So, and the training that we're conducting in a week empowers all of that.
Now, who's going to be kind of the whole instructors of this whole thing as it goes on? Is it going to be the Faifarlick family, since it's at their studio? Awesome. They're very, very good. They're very, very good at what they do, to say the very least.
Yes.
I don't want to take away from their teaching or their classes at all. And I'm sure you guys know this because you've been through so much training through the academy and so much continuous training as well. But I've taught some self-defense classes. I've been in the martial arts for over 30 years. People don't seem to understand, when it comes to, especially with females, there's certain things you don't want to do if you're confronted by an attacker. There are certain things that you just don't want to do that is initially going to come to your mind. Now, God forbid somebody's looking to actually rape a person. You don't want to yell rape. That's the last thing you want to do, because the instinct of the human being then is to kind of go a different direction. Like, I don't want to get involved. Don't want to be a part of that. So what I always encouraged people to do, especially women, was yell fire. Because you know what? Ambulance chasers, fire chasers, people are going to come running like that and see what's going on. Fire. Oh, I got to watch this. And all of a sudden they're going to see somebody being attacked. And then they're going to feel, like, oh, I got to get involved. So I know there's going to be a lot of great teachings, though, when it comes to Fighting Like a Girl next week. The Faifarlick family is incredible. They do an outstanding job. Kudos to them on their new location as well. And guys are going to have a lot of space for a lot of people. So let's get a lot of people out there. How do people get pre-registered for this? Because there's a way to do that.
Yes, they can actually contact the Fort Dodge Police Department directly, and that would be through the 515-573-1424 number, and they can additionally email the Fort Dodge Police Department. We do have a flyer that we would like to be able to share on your page if that's also possible, and it's got that website and, that email, as well as the contact number to be able to register. All they have to do is let us know who will be participating and the ages of those that would like to participate, and then we can reserve a spot for them. The first 50 people that register will get a free grab bag. That grab bag has a lot of really cool stuff in it, and there is a $10 fee, but that fee does cover an abundant amount of things that are provided at this event. And like I said, there's a lot of tools inside that grab bag that will be useful for women in day-to-day life activities. It will also kind of help maybe boost their confidence when they're out and about, if they're by themselves or even isolated. So I think it's a lot of really good material that we'll be sharing.
Now, can people just show up at the door, provided they don't get pre-registered? Can they just show up at the door and go, hey, I really want to be a part of this. I just didn't get time to get pre-registered?
Yes, they can. They can show up to Faifarlick Martial Arts there on 25th Street. They're going to be at their new location. I believe that location here, I just actually closed my screen to reduce the interference that happened. But I believe their new location, I believe, is in the 300 block of South 25th Street. It's the old Ridgewood Lanes bowling alley. And so if they show up, I believe there's plenty of room for about 100 people. If we had that many people, I would just count that as a blessing. But again, there's going to be waivers that they may have to sign to be able to participate if they just want to stand and observe. We're not forcing any participation. Some of the materials that we will be presenting there will also be useful to have just the knowledge of. So.
Absolutely. People get into the mode that, well, it's never going to happen to me. Well, you can't, in today's world, you can't think about that when it comes to anything. I mean, anything. You can't look at that as a, kind of an excuse not to do something. So this is a great way to learn how to not let anything happen to you. Officer Anderson, when it comes to the people coming, what kind of ages are you encouraging here, and how do you want people to dress? Because I'm sure that's going through the minds of a lot of women right now. Okay, how do I dress for this kind of thing?
Well, I will let Officer Johnson handle that question. She's more involved in that than I am.
Well, let's defer it over to Joelyn then.
Go ahead.
Well, I think it would be beneficial, especially if they plan on participating, to maybe wear some athletic wear, something that they might mind rolling around in and not worry if it gets dirty or if it gets torn or stretched a little bit. Because again, it will be a hands-on practice. And additionally, the age ranges that I think would really benefit from something like this is our young adults, maybe our young ladies recently graduating from high school, getting ready to go off to college. And we also encourage individuals much older than that. If you're maybe even your late adulthood, I mean, any age range as an adult female, I think that you will strongly benefit from this. I believe that the materials and information that Faifarlick Martial Arts will be sharing with these folks would highly benefit them. And I believe, too, he can also discuss if they would like to get more actively involved with his facility and even maybe establish a membership, because these are skills that it's nice to know them and have knowledge, but unless you practice it regularly, you're not really going to be fully confident in using those practices, and you also tend to forget those skills that you don't use often. So it would be very beneficial for anybody to have that type of skill set.
Absolutely. You want it to become instinctive and second nature. So you definitely want to get the practice in on that. Okay, Officer Anderson, let me go back to you.
Yeah.
Since you deferred that last question. Joelyn, feel free. Officer Johnson, feel free to jump in on this as well. Are you seeing in Fort Dodge, and let's even talk nationally, because I know you guys see some national statistics as well. Are you seeing an increase in like aggressive attacks towards especially women, or are you seeing it kind of leveled out, or are you even seeing kind of a decrease when it comes to that?
Well, I don't know that I've seen any recent stats, so I can't speak on that. But I would say that this training would benefit anybody at any level, no matter what the current stat is around the nation or locally. We would like to be proactive rather than reactive. So however we can do that to prevent even or help one victim is one too many. So we don't want to add them to that number. We want to do everything that we can to prevent them from being that number.
Absolutely.
And oftentimes we also think too that female victims might not know their attacker, but in a large number of cases, female victims do end up knowing their attacker, and it could even be somebody that they are in a close relationship with. So when we're talking physical assaults and rapes, that type of activity can impact people that are known to them as well. So
yeah, and I don't want people, especially women, to think this is the kind of thing where you're just walking down the street, somebody jumps out of an alley. I mean, this can happen, like you said, Joelyn, somebody in your own home, even for all you know, it could happen. So definitely learn how to prevent that, at least to the best of your ability, if you can. Again, it's Fight Like a Girl. It's happening 1 week from tomorrow at Faifarlick Martial Arts, where the old Ridgewood Lanes bowling alley is on South 25th Street here in Fort Dodge. And get pre-registered through the Fort Dodge Police Department, or as Joelyn said, Officer Johnson said, you can show up and pay your $10 there as well. But something you definitely want to be a part of. And Officer Johnson, Officer Anderson, I'd like to have you guys on again next week if we can, talk about it again, kind of freshly remind everybody, hey, this is going on this Saturday kind of thing. So if you got the time, Joelyn, drop me a text and let me know what time works best for you, and we'll set something up again, all right?
Okay,
All right.
thank you.
All right. Thank you guys also for all you do for us every day, protecting our lives, putting your lives on the line, all the services you provide. You know, I'm 1,000%, as Officer Johnson knows, behind the blues. So thank you so much for all you do for each and every one of us every day. It's greatly appreciated. God bless you both as well.
Thank you.
Thank you guys. Talk to you soon. All right. Have a great day. Officer Johnson, Officer Anderson as well. And great event going on again next Saturday at Faifarlick Martial Arts. Again, it's Fight Like a Girl. Get yourself pre-registered for that. Women, of course, it is definitely some great training. Faifarlick family does a magnificent job. They're good at their art, very, very good at their art, and they know exactly what they're doing. So great people to learn from. And only $10. Get that registration done. And again, get into the class with them and get it to where it's instinctive for you to use these skills. And it's just kind of second nature. Great thing going on. Again, we're going to talk with Officer Johnson, Officer Anderson again sometime next week, just to kind of give you a reminder about this fabulous event. Very important event going on as well. It is 20 minutes past the hour of 9 o'clock. Coming up in just a few minutes, we've got some more Friday Morning 90s at 9. Got some Stumpy Says trivia waiting for you. Also, your chance to win a incredible gift certificate to the fabulous Stumpy's Bar and Grill in Duncan. And, man, I'm really going to try to get another round of Talk Dirty to Me in for another chance at a pair of tickets to Celebration. If I don't get to it today, we'll get to it Monday, I promise you, but I'm really going to try. So let's see if we can make it happen. Friday Morning 90s at 9. It's only right here on the best ride of the day, the morning train on K97.